Hey everyone, and welcome back to Discover Globe Virtually. You know, one of the things I love most about this planet of ours is that it's home to so many incredible cultures and breathtaking places just waiting to be explored, which is why it's so heartbreaking to see some of those very places struggling under the weight of our collective wanderlust. Today we're diving into a pressing issue, overtourism, specifically its impact on Europe's most beloved cities. From the canals of Venice to the beaches of Barcelona, we'll be looking at 10 destinations grappling with the consequences of their own popularity. Because it's complicated, right? Travel can broaden our perspectives, foster cultural exchange, and let's be honest, it's just plain fun. But when does tourism stop being a force for good and start to erode the very things that made a place worth visiting in the first place? Let's find out. Venice. The city of canals, gondolas, and unfortunately, way too many tourists. You can barely walk down the Rialto Bridge without bumping into a selfie stick. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's an existential threat. Venice is a delicate ecosystem, a city built on a lagoon. Millions of footsteps each year take their toll on the ancient infrastructure. And the cruise ships? They dwarf the city's skyline. Their massive wakes erode the lagoon's delicate ecosystem. It's like parking a monster truck in your living room.
Local Venetians are getting priced out of their own city. Skyrocketing rents driven up by demand for Airbnbs and tourist accommodations. But hey, at least the view is still nice. For now.
Barcelona, the vibrant Catalan capital, is famous for its stunning architecture, delicious food, and, you guessed it, hordes of tourists. But all those visitors are putting a serious strain on the city's resources and environment. We're talking overflowing landfills struggling to cope with the sheer volume of waste generated by tourists. We're talking increased air pollution from tour buses and cruise ships.
And let's not forget about the beaches. Those beautiful stretches of sand are being eroded by foot traffic and littered with plastic waste, turning what was once a haven into a cautionary tale. It's a classic case of loving something a little too much. Barcelona's charm is undeniable, but that charm is fading under the pressure of millions of feet trampling its streets and beaches every year.
Dubrovnik, the pearl of the Adriatic, is a city steeped in history. But lately those whispers have been drowned out by the clamor of selfie sticks and tour groups. Dubrovnik had the misfortune of being a filming location for Game of Thrones. Now fans flock to the city, eager to walk in the footsteps of their favorite characters. This influx of tourism has come at a cost. Local businesses are being replaced by souvenir shops. It's a loss of authenticity, a slow erosion of what made Dubrovnik unique. Chapter 4. Amsterdam, Canals of Chaos. Amsterdam, the city of canals, bicycles, and certain other things, is facing its own set of challenges. While the Dutch capital has always been known for its liberal attitudes, the sheer volume of tourists is pushing the city to its limits.
We're talking about overcrowded streets packed with tourists struggling to navigate the maze-like alleyways. We're talking about noise pollution, with stag parties and pub crawls turning the city centre into a 24/7 party zone. And then there's the issue of public urination. Let's just say that Amsterdam's canals weren't designed to handle that kind of volume. It's not pretty, folks.
The city is struggling to balance its tolerant image with the need to protect its residents' quality of life. It's a delicate dance, and one that's getting harder to maintain as the number of visitors continues to rise. Chapter 5. Santorini, Paradise Lost. Santorini, the Greek island of whitewashed houses perched atop volcanic cliffs, is a photographer's dream. But that iconic beauty comes at a price, both literally and figuratively.
The influx of tourists has driven up the cost of living, making it increasingly difficult for locals to afford to live on the island. Housing prices have skyrocketed, and basic necessities have become more expensive. It's a classic case of supply and demand, but with a human cost. Santorini is becoming a playground for the wealthy, while those who call it home are being priced out.
Add to that the environmental impact of mass tourism, the strain on water resources, the waste management issues, and it's clear that Santorini is at a crossroads. Chapter 6. Prague, a fairy tale city. Feeling the strain, Prague, with its fairy tale castles and charming cobblestone streets, is another city feeling the strain of its own popularity.
The influx of tourists has led to a rise in pollution, with air quality suffering from increased traffic and pedestrian congestion. Waste management is also a growing concern as the city struggles to cope with the sheer volume of garbage generated by tourists. And let's not forget about the noise. From stag parties to street performers, the constant din can be overwhelming, especially for those who live in the city centre. It's enough to make you want to escape to the peace and quiet of, well, anywhere else, really.
Prague is indeed feeling the strain, and it's a situation that requires urgent attention. Rome, the eternal city, is a place where history comes alive.
But with so many visitors vying for a glimpse of the Colosseum or a toss in the Trevi Fountain, the city's historical sites are really feeling the pressure.
We're talking about overcrowding, with long lines and hordes of tourists jostling for the perfect photo op.
We're talking about vandalism, as some visitors feel the need to leave their mark on ancient monuments.
And we're talking about wear and tear, as centuries-old structures are slowly eroded by the constant flow of foot traffic.
It's a delicate balancing act, preserving these irreplaceable treasures while still allowing visitors to experience their wonder.
Paris, the City of Lights, is known for its romantic ambiance, chic boutiques, and unfortunately, its rather strained relationship with tourists.
The sheer number of visitors can be overwhelming, leading to long lines, crowded streets, and a general sense of chaos.
This has created a palpable tension between locals and tourists, with Parisians often feeling like strangers in their own city.
It's a tale as old as time, or at least as old as mass tourism.
The City of Love can quickly turn into the city of frustration, both for those who call it home and those who are just passing through. Reykjavik, the vibrant capital of Iceland, has experienced a surge in popularity in recent years, thanks in part to its stunning natural beauty and the rise of budget airlines. But this newfound fame has come at a cost. Local businesses, once catering to the needs of the city's residents, are now primarily focused on tourists. This has led to a rise in prices, a decline in the availability of certain goods and services, and a sense that the city is losing its authentic character. Lisbon, the hilly capital of Portugal, is a city that's no stranger to tourism.
But unlike some of the other destinations on our list, Lisbon is taking steps to manage tourism in a way that benefits both visitors and residents.
The city has implemented measures to control the growth of short-term rentals, promote sustainable tourism practices, and encourage visitors to explore beyond the most popular attractions.
It's a work in progress, of course, but Lisbon offers a glimmer of hope that it is possible to find a balance between the economic benefits of tourism and the preservation of a city's soul.
So, there you have it. 10 European cities grappling with the complex challenges of over-tourism. It's a sobering reminder that our travel choices have real consequences, both for the places we visit and the people who live there. But it's not all doom and gloom. As we saw with Lisbon, there are ways to mitigate the negative impacts of tourism and create a more sustainable model for the future. Let us know your thoughts on over-tourism and how we can all be more responsible travelers. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful videos. Thanks for watching DFTBA, and let's keep exploring our world responsibly.